So, just what is going on at Newcastle United at the moment? Keep watching for the very latest on the takeover situation at St James's Park. Hello good people, my name's Ian, thank you for joining me on another video. If this is your first time here, please like, subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss a thing on this channel. Now, there hasn't been an awful lot to report on over the last week or so regarding the Newcastle United takeover situation. We're still in the same situation we've been probably for almost 2 weeks now. I mean, we had a bit of news last week, or maybe 10 days ago, with the setting up of the monochrome company. That was kind of the last piece of tangible news we had on the situation until today, really. And then this tweet from Times journalist George Colkin caught my attention. And the tweet basically confirms that there is more than one serious bidder trying to buy Newcastle United at the moment. So that is pretty exciting stuff, really. We've got possibly a bit of a bidding war going on. Now, there's some important facts to note here. First of all, there's been mixed reports about lots of things to do with this story. So earlier reports have suggested that the Binzaya Group have got an exclusive deal with Mike Ashley to buy the club, but actually there's kind of been mixed reports out there saying that, some people saying that they have got an exclusive deal, some saying that they haven't. Now, George Colkin actually sort of was suggesting today that that isn't the case, that there are other bidders. Now, if there are other bidders, obviously that means there's not an exclusive arrangement in place. That's quite interesting. But it's not necessarily good news either, because if there's not an exclusive deal in place, then that suggests that the deal's not as far gone through as we thought it might be. And that's slightly worrying as a Newcastle supporter. If Mike Ashley is allowed to talk to other parties, then who knows what is going on, because Mike Ashley, let's face it, will take the biggest offer and run. Despite all what he says about wanting the best for the club going forward, he's not bothered who buys the club. He's not bothered who he leaves. He's got no interest in Newcastle going forward from this point. So I'm going to treat, when Mike Ashley says he wants the best for the club, he wants to sell it to someone who wants to invest and win and do things that he couldn't do or isn't willing to do. I just don't buy it, because the guy's a proven liar. But the main reason why this is really worrying, in my opinion, is the fact that Rafa Benitez's contract runs out in about 10 days' time. It runs out on the 30th of June. Now, I am of the opinion that Benitez would have left by now if he didn't think something was happening. I don't think he would have stayed and signed another contract under Mike Ashley. That's just my opinion. But the more the time goes on without a takeover happening, the more worried I'm starting to get about the Rafa Benitez situation. Considering we're nearly into July, pre-season is not far away. This is not a great situation to be in, and actually, if this takeover deal doesn't go through, I think Mike Ashley is absolutely, out of all the things he's done wrong over the years, this could well be the most unforgivable thing that he's ever done. Because if he lets this club just drift through this summer with like a rudderless ship, and then allows it not to be sold, and he's still there, and we don't have Rafa, and we haven't invested in the squad, and some of the players leave, that's massively concerning. Massively concerning. Someone made a really good point on Twitter early today, and if I can remember and find who it was, I will put the tweet up here. But they were basically saying this deal isn't just about next season. This deal is about the next decade at Newcastle United. And I thought that just hit the nail on the head. I thought that was such a brilliant way of putting it. This is huge for Newcastle. So we're on a cliff edge as a club, and we've got two ways that we can go. We can either go back to safety and with a new owner and investment and allow the club to grow like it should have been for the last 12 years, or we stay with Mike Ashley and it falls apart and we drop off that cliff. And I know we've come back from relegation twice before, but you know, you can't keep risking that. You can't keep gambling that that's going to happen every time. But on the positive side, I think that I do still believe that no news is good news at this stage. I think that over the next 10 days or 11 days, we will hear something. Rafa's deadline for his contract can't pass without hearing something. So I'm pretty sure in the next week and a half we will have heard something. What that something is, I don't know. It could be good news, it could be bad news. On the balance of things, I still think personally that the takeover will happen. Something is going to happen. I think it feels like we're too far down this road now for this not to happen. There's enough reports out there to know that something is going on at the club. This is a genuine thing. But will it happen? I don't know. I don't know. I think it's more likely to than not. But whereas maybe a week or two ago I was at kind of maybe 90% or 85% sure that it would happen, I'm possibly down to maybe 60 or 70% that it's more likely to happen. I don't know. It's just concerning. I just want it to happen, and if there was a will, if people's will allowed things to happen, then this would have happened ages ago. But the fact is, fans don't have any control over this, and whatever happens, happens, and we just have to deal with whatever happens. But it's the hope, isn't it? It's the hope that kills you. So I want to know your opinion on this. Put comments in the section below. Do you think that this takeover is going to happen? And if so, when do you think this takeover is going to happen by? Please remember to like, subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss anything on this channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.